Hi guys, welcome to Sincerely Tailor Made, the YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, please subscribe. I'm so glad that you guys clicked on this video. If you did, that means that you want to learn how to pot a plant, whether that be indoor or outdoor. This video works for both. It's going to show you how to get proper drainage. Also, I'm going to share with you guys my secret ingredient for growing your plants nice and tall and also very luscious. But drainage is super important for your plants, especially if you have a plant that is more accustomed and needs more dry soil instead of wet. Drainage is super, super important. It mimics the natural sediments in the ground outside, which I will actually be going into depth on in this video and talking about a little bit more. So if you guys are interested, please keep watching. If this video teaches you something new, if you liked the videography, if you are excited about the future videos that you're going to see from me, please subscribe and please also like this video, and that just lets me know that you guys are excited about it too. So yeah, if you guys are interested in how to pot your plants, just keep watching. Also, follow me at sincerelytailormade. That is the Instagram where I post all the behind the scenes. I let you guys know what projects I'm going to be working on, whether that's DIY, decorating, cleaning, organization, all of that stuff. And I post all kinds of updates over there. I share all kinds of the fails and the good, the tips and tricks, all those things. So if you guys are interested in that, please follow me at that Instagram handle at sincerelytailormade again. And if you guys are interested in watching this video and seeing how to pot your plants properly, then just keep watching. Alright guys, now it's time to transition to the voiceover portion. So I'm going to be showing you guys first all of the different materials you guys are going to be needing. First up, you're going to be needing a pot, big enough to fit your plant, but also with about an inch space, just so you can allow your plant to grow. And you guys also want to make sure that your pot has a drainage hole at the bottom. Mine just has a plug in it, so I'm taking that out, and I'm also taking off any stickers on the bottom because we aren't going to be needing that. So I'm just taking that off and putting that to the side and throwing that away. And again, just to reiterate, you do want to make sure that you have a drainage hole at the bottom of your pot, because if you do have a heavy hand when watering your plants, you can overwater them, which can kill them just as much as underwatering them. You're also going to want some small to medium sized pebbles or rocks. These are going to go in the bottom of our pot to help mimic the natural sediments that plants are normally used to. Next, you're going to need one coffee filter, and this is just going to go over the top of the pebbles, allowing the water to filter through the soil, into the pebbles, out through the drainage hole. And of course, you're going to need some all-purpose potting soil. This one is just one that I've got from Walmart. Now is time for the secret ingredient. These are the Miracle-Gro indoor plant food spikes. As you can tell, these are amazing. They make your plants grow super, super fast and very luscious. Okay, so now it's time to assemble everything together, and I'm going to start by putting those pebbles, like I said, at the bottom of the pot. You're going to want about 1 inch layer of pebbles at the bottom. And then also just make sure you're spreading those out nice and even. Okay, so next up you're going to grab one coffee filter, and we're going to set this over top of the rocks that we just laid down in our pot.
And this is going to ensure that as the water drips down through the soil, that it filters through the coffee filter and slowly through the rocks like it would in sediments naturally. Now, some people believe in this technique, but some people do not. I personally do believe in this technique because it mimics natural sediments that plants are normally used to, and because this isn't the wild and this is a pot, we want to make sure that we are creating an environment that the plant is most comfortable to, even when it's not in its natural environment. So now that I have my gloves on, I'm ready to start putting the soil into my pot. I'm going to just start filling it up until my liking and picking through the soil to get out any larger bits of mulch or sticks. And now you're just going to keep filling your pot up with soil until it's the perfect height for your plant. Also, thank you to our beautiful plant model who is allowing us to plant him today. This is a spearpoint ivy plant. So now we are going to do a little plant massage for our plant friend, Mr. Spearpoint Ivy Plant. So what you want to do to coax the plant out of the little pot that it was growing in is just to keep massaging and tip the pot upside down to allow gravity to help you release the roots from the old pot. The only word that I have for this motion is to zhuzh. That's what we're doing here, is we are zhuzhing the roots at the bottom, or fluffing them out, I should say, I guess. So you can see obviously that there's a lot of overgrown roots as well. We're just going to trim those carefully around the bottom of him, so that way those roots are encouraged to sprout more and more roots and grow. So now you just want to check on the height of your plant in your pot by testing him out and putting him in there and adding more soil if needed. You want to make sure that your soil is about 1/2 of an inch from the top, 1/2 an inch to about 1/4 inch, I would say, from the top. Once your height is to your liking and your plant is cozy inside of his pot, you just want to add the rest of the soil to the sides. Also, just be careful not to bury any leaves, and make sure that you really take your time with this part because it can be very tedious, but you just want to make sure that you are packing down the soil each layer that you add, and that you're also just checking to make sure no leaves are getting trapped beneath any soil. But now it is time for me to clean up this mess, and then we will be adding our secret ingredient. Okay guys, so here is that secret ingredient again. This is the Miracle-Gro Indoor Plant Food Spikes. These, like it says in the name, are just little spikes of plant food that we poke into the soil to help our plants grow nice and tall and full. Alright guys, so here's what those plant food spikes look like up close and personal, and the kit also comes with a spike to poke holes into our soil, allowing us to come in with those plant food spikes a lot easier with the hole already being there. So as you can see, I just broke off one of the food spikes, and you're just going to put one food spike in each of the holes that you make. I can just tell from the size of my plant that I'm probably going to need 3. You can also use less. It really just depends on the sizing of your plant, but I'm just going to evenly space these food spikes all around my pot, and then I'm just going to go in after and fill that little hole and cover the food spike with a little bit of soil. But again, if you really aren't sure how many food spikes you should be using, there are instructions on the back of the package for you guys to read and look at. That is how I now just know how many food spikes my plants need depending on their size. Again, just look at the back of the packaging. It tells you exactly what to do. Okay guys, and that is your new plant friend, completely potted and cozy in his new home. But we aren't quite done yet. I'm going to take these gloves off and grab a couple of things that I need for the very last steps. There's only a couple steps left, and then we are completely done. So now that I'm looking back at this, I probably should have added my last step before this, but if your soil is a little dry, just go ahead and add some water to the top. Not too much because you don't want to drench the plant, but just enough, depending on obviously how dry your soil is. If it is dry all the way to the bottom, then obviously add a lot of water, but if your soil is damp enough, then you don't need to add as much water. So this is the part where I said I probably should have added this step before the last, but now you just want to make sure that you have a plate or a saucer to catch any of the excess water. Okay guys, and that is it. That is your plant completely potted. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell for future videos.